Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. In the course of your life, you will interact with many, many people. If you bring consciousness to these interactions, you will be very blessed by what you can learn and what you can heal from and what you can forgive. But if you're not conscious of the choices that you make, then your choices will be based on trying to avoid pain and maximize pleasure. And in that sense, you actually bring about the very thing you don't want. By avoiding pain, you actually attract pain to yourself. And by maximizing pleasure, you'll find it harder and harder to hang on to pleasurable feelings. You'll need more and more. It's the nature of addiction. Let's take a scenario when you were very young and someone was mean to you. And maybe it was your first experience that people just could be unkind and you felt hurt and surprised. Without knowing it, you may have made a decision to avoid those kind of people. And when you get older, maybe you just agree with people who say mean people suck. But those mean people are at best a convoluted request for love. And your willingness to neutralize their meanness, to reach for the goodness in them, is your salvation. If you try to get away from negative people and only be around positive people, you will attract negativity to you in ways that will surprise you. Because love accepts all things and blesses all things and allows all things. I'm not saying you need to purposely indulge and seek out mean people. But it is important that you neutralize their behavior. By this, I mean, accept that what they're doing may not be to your liking, but it's not who they are. And you don't want to mistake unconsciousness for malice. You may find yourself attracted to and even marrying a person who's always kind, as an insurance policy against meanness. But over time, the meanness will actually come out of you. And you may resent this person for never being other than kind, as silly as that sounds. You can't get there that way. You can't get there by making the choices that the ego makes. It doesn't understand anything. And that which you resist will certainly persist. Instead, see the love in all things, which renders them neutral. There's nobody special out there who's going to do it for you, and there's nobody special out there who has the power to do it to you. There's nobody out there. These are aspects of yourself begging for your love and forgiveness and acceptance. And when you're with a person who is kind, bless them, for they are reflecting the kindness in you. And when you're with a person who is mean, try to see them a little differently. Try to see who's underneath of that meanness. You'll find it's just fear. It's just a scared person who's lashing out because they're hurt themselves and someone was mean to them. You can apply the same thing that I've spoken of about meanness to anger, selfishness, any of the other shortcomings that the ego has. And the answer is bring love to everything and invoke me. Let yourself be me in those situations. It doesn't mean you'll be glutton for punishment. It doesn't mean that you'll indulge in hurtful behavior for yourself by allowing other people to be that way. But it does mean that you will bring a kind of curiosity as opposed to disdain and judgment and fear to situations that are less than loving. And in that way, you will free up the love in the other person and in yourself. This is the work. This is why you're here, to transform the world, relationship, one relationship at a time. It's the relationship with yourself. And it requires vigilance and more than anything else, love and forgiveness and compassion for yourself, for others, for God. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.